Hey, welcome to part 2 of decluttering the majority of my makeup collection. I've been collecting and purchasing and receiving makeup products for my job for 12 and a half years. And because of that, I have a pretty massive makeup collection. And inside this very large makeup collection, there's only a small amount of products that are actively used. I would rather all of these products that are not getting used to go to homes where they will be used so that they're not just sitting in my drawers. So the plan is to go category by category and declutter close to like 80 to 90% of each category and just keep the products that I use and love. And everything else I will either be donating or giving away to friends and family. I wanna make it very clear, nothing is going in the trash, unless it's of course like severely expired. I'm just done keeping things for the sake of keeping them. So in the last one we tackled my eyeshadow palette. This is everything we're getting rid of. And this is what I'm keeping. Whoa. This is so crazy. And today we're going to be tackling my blush. And I'm not gonna lie, this one's gonna be hard. Because if there's one thing I like to hoard, it's blush. But there's so many blushes in here that I don't wear, but we are going to emotionally detach and we're gonna get it done. With all that said, let's get into it. Let me show you what my blush collection currently looks like. All right, here's what the blush collection is currently looking like. It is somewhat organized. I believe these are mostly powders. These two bins are creams. Let's dig into this. When it came to my eyeshadow palettes, it was really easy for me to get rid of like 90% of them because I don't really wear eyeshadow anymore. But when it comes to blush, it's a little bit of a different story. My strategy to not get emotionally attached to the products is to look at it very objectively. Number one, is it a color that actually suits me and that I actually like? It doesn't matter if it is pretty packaging or if it's a brand that I really love. If it's not something that I want to put on my face, out. If it's a formula that I just don't really like, out. Let's first tackle all of my NARS blushes. This is a perfect example. This is called Behave. It is a light peach color. This is literally the color of my skin tone. This is not a blush for me. So this is immediately out. Any bubblegum pinks, out. They do not look good on me. This is dominant. I do love Dolce Vita. Mocha colors are some of my favorites to wear. Something else that I wanna do, I wanna make sure that I'm not keeping too many colors that are too similar. So I will go through my keep pile at the end and narrow down the shades within the products that I am going to be keeping, just so I don't have too many repeats. But this is a keep. Foreplay is really pretty and actually quite unique. It has a little bit of like a metallic sheen. It's another one of those like mocha brown colors. A very cool type of blush. So I'm gonna keep that. Amore is too peachy. No. Obsession is way too coral. No, corals do not look great on me. It's purple, that's a no. Dolce Vita, that we have that already, so I'll get rid of that. Orgasm, I simply cannot get rid of. It's too much of a cult classic. That wasn't bad. I feel like I did a good job. Should we do MAC now? It's probably gonna be the hardest for me. Tell me why all of these MAC shades look identical to each other. Peaches, this is as peach as I'll go. It's peach without being coral, which is why it works for me. Melba. It's crazy that just the names of these makes me wanna keep them. There's something so nostalgic about MAC products and so nostalgic about like certain makeup products in general. Like Gingerly, oh my God, that just brings me back to being like 18. Gingerly was my favorite blush for MAC for a very, very long time. Okay, but they all look so similar. I do not need to keep them all. Melba and Copper Tone are almost identical. And I think I'm gonna keep Copper Tone because Melba, I just swatched it. It looks a little bit chalky on my skin compared to Copper Tone. So Copper Tone's gonna be a keep, Melba's gonna be a giveaway. And then comparing Copper Tone to Gingerly, again, both so similar, I think I'm gonna get rid of Gingerly. Oh my God. This hurts. And I'm gonna keep Copper Tone. And this is Hush Tone, which is a beautiful kind of metallic bronzy shade. Actually very similar to that NARS blush that we just kept. Yeah, very similar to Foreplay. Oh my God, look at that. Whoa, okay, in that case, I'm going to keep the MAC one. Now we're dipping into the MAC Glow Clay blushes, which is probably one of my all-time favorite formulas. This is like the perfect cream powder hybrid. They're super cushiony. They just sit so naturally on the cheeks, and that's why I have pretty much every shade, if not almost every shade. Okay, right off the bat, I'm going to get rid of Totally Synced, which is a very cool toned lilac. Anything in this shade is gone because just does not suit me. It's way too cool toned. Heat Index is really pretty, but it's a little bit too bright and coral and isn't quite right for my skin tone. Like, I would prefer to keep Groovy, which is much warmer. You see it as a bit more of like an orangey tone. Like if I want a bright coral blush, I would rather go towards like a shade like this than like this. Blush Please is my #1 favorite, so that is definitely going to be kept. Ginger Luck is very, very similar to Blush Please. It's kind of too similar for me to keep both, and because I love Blush Please so much, I feel like Ginger Luck can probably be passed on. I'm also gonna pass on the Harmony. I've never used this shade because it's a little bit of a odd shade for my skin tone. It's a very like cool toned brownie colors. And then I have these 3 corals. That's Peachy, Grand, and Groovy. I'm gonna pass on Groovy. It is just a little bit too bright. That's Peachy's, I think a little bit too peachy. And Grand is a good like midpoint for me. Modern Mandarin, another classic, but I'm going to pass this one along. I really don't go towards like these types of colors anymore. Burnt Pepper looks a little bit intimidating in the pan, but it's actually a really great color, especially if you want that like very sunburnt look. So I'm gonna keep that one. This one is Blush Baby, which also looks very boring in the pan. It almost looks like a gray pink, but this is actually quite a pretty color and I use it a lot, so I'm gonna keep that. I do have a lot of these MAC Strobe liquid blushes, which I really do like, but I definitely don't need to keep all of these colors. The colors that I'm gonna keep in the Strobe collection are Apricot Jelly, Good Vibes, Nightlight, and Unsweetened. Let's get into some of these NYX Buttermelt powders. I really do love this formula, but I actually don't have any colors in this formula that I'm obsessed with that I go to very often. So I'm just gonna open them up and see if there's any that catch my eye, but I don't know. Like this one kind of looks like NARS Orgasm. I'm gonna pass on it. This is very intense. This is gonna be a pass. You know Butter. Butter with Time, pass. Butter Together. Too light for me, pass. This is gonna be too purple. My Butter Half. These names are so good. Whoa, too bright, no good. For the Butter, again with these names, I'm gonna pass. Butter Then Before. This is a really good one, but I'm just gonna pass. Because I know I have other ones in my collection that I use a lot more that are very similar. So I pretty much got rid of all of those Butter blushes. Oh my God, these gorgeous YSL blushes. This packaging is one of my favorite blush packagings ever. They're just so gorgeous and luxe and beautiful. And like, this is something that I would keep just because of the packaging. And I'm probably gonna keep at least one of these, but definitely not all of them. This is a pass. This is a keep. This is actually one of my favorites. It's such a good strawberry pink. It's called Make Me Blush in 54. Pass, pass. A little bit too chalky. This is another very like similar NARS Orgasm type color. Pass. Okay, that was actually really easy. Each one I'm like, oh God, I'm so scared to go through this. I'm like, oh wait, no, that was fine. You know what's gonna be hard? I'm saying this with like literally everyone. My Merit blushes. Oh my God. I have fallen back in love with Merit blushes over the last little bit. Like they've really become some of my favorite cream blush formulas. I have close to every color in the collection, if not all of them. Because they're so sheer, there's not really a huge difference between them on the actual cheeks. So while I love them all, I don't really feel like I need to keep them, practically speaking, because they just look the same. Bespoke is honestly gorgeous. It gives like color to your cheeks without giving color to the cheeks, if that makes sense. Fox, God, it's also so good. It's just a little bit warmer compared to Bespoke. I actually have to keep it, yeah. Beverly Hills is just like a light baby pink. It's a good one, but I'm gonna just pass that one along. Stockholm is a little bit too peachy for me, so I'm gonna pass that one along. Persimmon is a little bit orangey, and I do like an orangey blush, but it's similar to Fox, and I prefer Fox, so I'm gonna get rid of that one. Après is like a beautiful, almost like cherry wine color, so I'm gonna keep that one. Lusitano is a very peachy color. I'm gonna get rid of that. I do love a red blush, especially if it's sheer, because it makes it very wearable. So I'm gonna keep Rouge. And I have a mini Rouge here, which I'm gonna pass along, as well as a mini Beverly Hills. And last but not least, we have Postmodern, which is also so good. It's actually very similar to this one that I swatched up there, which was what again? Après. Very similar to Après. Postmodern has a little bit more of like a Bordeaux color to it, whereas Après is more cherry. I'm just gonna keep both. Patrick Ta blushes. Okay, we have She's Passionate. I think I've kept a lot of things that look like this. I think I can pass that one along. She's Adorable. Pass. My Love. Oh, this is one of the highlighters. Not a blush, but I am gonna pass it along, because I never go towards this. Ooh, another Patrick Ta blush that I forgot about. She's So LA. This is the only one from the Patrick Ta that I'm gonna be keeping. I really do love She's So LA. This was like such a strongly used blush for me for a very long time. Haus Labs, the old formula. This is the Watermelon Bliss. This is one of my favorite bright blushes, so we're absolutely keeping it. Pomelo Peach. This is actually a beautiful peach. There's some peaches that like I really don't like, and then there's some peaches when done right, I really do like. And this is a good one. I love the formula of the Haus Labs blushes. They're so creamy, so I'm gonna keep that. This is an About Face blush. Don't love this color on me. This is called Laid. I'd pass on it. Oh my God, this Tom Ford blush in Love Lust is probably 10 years old. I think it's time for me to get rid of it. Kosas baked blushes. I really love these, but there are definitely colors in here that I've been keeping that I don't need to keep. List is too light for me, pass. Thrill is one of my favorites, keep. Swoon, another one of my favorites, keep. Dreamland, keep. This is just such a good one. Oh my God, this is a hard formula for me to get rid of. It's just so good. It's glowy. It gives so much life to the cheeks, and it's just beautiful. Hype, I'm also gonna keep. It's like a bright pink without being too fuchsia and bright. Kind of like this one. This is Butterflies. It's not quite for me, too cool toned. I'm gonna pass. And then Adrenaline. Yeah, this is gonna be a keep. They're just so unique. I can't get rid of it. And I really do use all of those, I swear. Clinique is another formula that I absolutely love. These are the Cheek Pop blushes. We have Ruby Pop, Heather Pop, and Black Honey Pop. I'm gonna keep Black Honey Pop. I think I'm gonna pass on the other two. They're just, like, they're pretty, but I don't know, I feel like I could pass on them and feel okay about it. Also have Fig Pop, which I'm gonna keep. So I'm gonna keep Black Honey and Fig. Power 28 Get Set. Culver Crush, pass. Long Beach Iced Tea is a very nude blush, I'm gonna pass. Love this formula, but I don't love these particular colors. Really don't like this one. This is Feliz Fresca, pass. Malibu Cooler, pass. The ones from that collection that I use is actually in my everyday vanity right now. But yeah, all of those are a no for me. These are the Beach Please blushes in Office Hours, Happy Hour, and Rush Hour. I'm gonna get rid of Rush Hour. I'm gonna get rid of Office Hours, and I'm going to keep Happy Hour. Say is probably one of my favorite cream blush formulas, like top 3 for sure. But there are still colors that I use and don't use. I'm gonna keep Spicy, and I'm gonna keep Cutie. Gonna get rid of Hottie. Also gonna get rid of Baby. This is a very cool tone pink. It just does not work at all for me. Say blushes. These are the Super Suede in Chow and Bella. I actually really do not like either of these shades. The one that I use a lot in this formula is at my vanity at my house. So these two I'm gonna pass along. Oh my God, we're going into Rare Beauty. Oh, I love Rare Beauty liquid blushes. You can do it, Jamie. Come on. Get it together. We have Hope, Bliss, Happy, and Worth, all kind of in the same color family. Oh my God, this is gonna be hard. This is gonna be so hard. I'm gonna keep Worth. Look at that. It's like the perfect pink peach mesh. Bliss is a little bit too chalky for me. Happy is very bright and coral. I'm gonna pass on that. See, when it comes down to it, I'm like, oh wait, I can actually get rid of these. Hope is actually one of my favorites. It's like the perfect baby pink for my skin tones. I'm gonna keep that one. Gonna pass on Lucky. It's a bright fuchsia. I'm going to keep Grateful, which is a bright red. It looks, again, very intimidating, but I do love a bright red liquid blush, and this is a really good one to keep. Gonna pass on Joy, too coral. And I'm also gonna pass on Love and Virtue. I actually did a lot better than I thought I would there. I only kept 2. Nudesticks. Picante I'm keeping. Say Bye to Sweet Cheeks. Pretty Peachy, also gonna say goodbye. Cherie, I'm gonna keep. Hot Fire is a gorgeous like strawberry red. I'm gonna keep it. And In the Nude is one of my old favorites. I'm gonna keep it. Then we have the Nudesticks Nude Screen Blush Tints. Really do like these. They're great because they have an SPF of 30 in them. There's some colors that just don't vibe with me, like Sunset Rose. Sunny Sweet Cheeks is also goodbye. No to Pink Sunrise, and no to Peaches and Soul. The only 2 that I'm gonna keep are Sunkiss and Strawberry Sunburst. The Road blushes. The Pocket Blush in Piggy and in Toasted Teddy. I really do like the formula of the Pocket blushes. Piggy is unfortunately just like way too cool tone for me. It does not look good on my skin tone, so I'm gonna pass that one along. Toasted Teddy is one of my favorites. I love this, so I'm gonna keep that one. The Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Blushes. Another really great formula. I think the only one that I'm going to keep is Sun Drenched though. They're very sheer, and they give just like a lightest wash of color. These 3 are very light, and almost like more pinky nude, and they almost don't show up on my cheeks. Sun Drenched though gives like a very beautiful sun drenched type of look. Like it makes you look a little bit sunburnt. It's really gorgeous. So this is the only color that to me is worth keeping. Laura Mercier blush in Very Berry. And this is a highlighter. We're not doing highlighters, but I'm still gonna declutter both of them. Glacier, Dawn, Stone, and Eve. These are pretty, they're great, they're classics, but I'm gonna get rid of all of them. I just never go towards the cloud paints. Oh my God, I freaking love this RMS crystal slipper. This is actually a new one. I have one that I'm currently using in my everyday vanity, so I'm gonna keep this just as a little backup. Makeup Forever blushes, gonna pass on these. Makeup Forever cream sticks, I'm gonna pass on these. Lisa Eldridge. These are the enlivening blushes. Oh God, they're quite gorgeous. This color over here, Pink Poetry, stunning. It's like a bright, gorgeous pink. The formula is immaculate. I'm gonna get rid of Pink Soap and Dante's Dream. They're just a little bit light. We have Cheek to Chic in Pillow Talk, Walk of No Shame. Two classic colors. I'm just gonna get rid of both. If you know, you know. The Hourglass Unreal Liquid Blush. Love this formula, hate the packaging. Because I hate the packaging, I never use it, so she's gone. Hourglass, this is Luminous Flush. Gonna pass on it though. It's also very old, like very old. That's at least like 10 years old. M Cosmetics Heaven Glow in Magic Hour and Venetian Rose. I really do like these. They're great as blush toppers, but I think I've kept enough that are in the same realm, so I'm gonna pass on those. Benetint, this is just a great tint, and I don't really have a lot of tinted cheek products, so I'm gonna keep that one. Gucci blush in Warm Berry. This was my most used blush for a very, very long time. I do love this color. I'm gonna keep it. Dior Backstage in 001 Pink. This is gonna be the only cool tone pink blush that I'm gonna be keeping. There's something about this that I do like. It adds a little bit of brightness to the cheeks. And it's just like, it's one that I want to keep in my collection. This is so pretty and I kind of wish I used it more. This is the Chanel Beige Eau de Blush in Intense Coral. It's really pretty. I don't use it enough. I would love to get some more use out of it. This is Danessa Myricks. It's a cream blush in Jubilee. Beautiful, beautiful blush, but this is way too old and I do not like to keep cream blushes for more than a couple years. Even that's like too much because they start to grow stuff. Bichette from Westman Atelier. Again, if you know, you know. I spoke about this a ton. It's one of my favorites. We're keeping it. This is my Fui blush. I just got this in Baby. It's a beautiful K-Beauty blush. This color is everything. I'm definitely keeping it. Guys, we're like almost done. Another blush that I recently got. This is from Stashu. It's the Longwear Liquid Blush. Gorgeous rusty red color. I'm keeping it. Kajier Weiss, another favorite. This is a beautiful pink. Keeping it. Guys, this is the last thing. Last but not least, this is a little blush palette from Makeup Forever. It's a blush and bronzer palette. Or is this more blush and foundation? I think it could be whatever you really want it to be. This is a great palette to have. Shouldn't really go in here, honestly, but I'm gonna keep it. And that's everything. Let me show you what it's all looking like. All right, this is the big pile of all the blush that I'm getting rid of. And then this is everything that I'm keeping. But we're not done yet. Now we're gonna go through this again and maybe refine it. Or maybe not. Let's see. I'm seeing a lot of like very red shades. Rare Beauty Grateful, Nudesticks Hot Fire. The formulas are different enough that I feel like it makes sense for me to keep them because this is so creamy, so pigmented, and this is quite sheer. But then this one reminds me a lot of the Merit, and I don't think I need both. And I prefer the Nudesticks because it has more red in it. Merit Rouge has a little bit more orange, actually. So I'm gonna get rid of Rouge. And then for the orangey blushes, MAC Apricot Jelly, Picante. So different. So worth keeping both. This is Unsweetened from MAC, and this is Spicy from Say. This has more red, this is more brown. I'm gonna keep both. Okay, Après and Postmodern are so similar. I'm gonna keep Postmodern, I'm gonna get rid of Après. In the nude, it's actually very nude. I know I used to like this a lot, but I actually can't see myself wearing that, so I'm gonna get rid of it. This is Cutie from Say and Rare Beauty Worth. Dupe alert, literally the exact same color. Oh, which one do I keep? I think I'm gonna keep the Say one. Whoa, another dupe alert. This is Postmodern from Merit, and this is Bichette from Westman Atelier. Looks like I'm gonna get rid of Merit Postmodern because Bichette is a little bit more versatile. It has a little bit more pigment to it. I feel like I did a good job narrowing down all the creams. I'm gonna put those aside. Go through the powders. You know what? I think I'm gonna get rid of this Patrick Ta Shiso LA. I do like this. I've used it for years. I think it's a little bit too old. It does have a cream in there, and I don't love keeping creams for longer than like 5+ years. I think I'm just gonna get rid of NARS Orgasm. I don't know what I'm thinking. Like, I know I said I wanted to keep it because it was an OG, but I'm trying not to do exactly that. So I'm gonna pass that one along. I'm really happy with what I'm seeing though with all the powders. Like every single shade here, I'm like, ooh yeah, I wanna put that on my cheeks. I'm liking the combination of powders that I'm keeping. Like there's completely matte ones, and then the Kosas ones kind of fills the gap for powders that have a little bit more of a sheen. Dolce Vita and Black Honey Pop are almost identical. That's Black Honey Pop, that's Dolce Vita, and I like the Black Honey Pop formula actually a lot better. So I'm gonna keep that one, and I'm gonna get rid of Dolce Vita. Let's go ahead and reorganize everything. And here she is. And then this is everything I'm getting rid of. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bins filled to the brim with blushes, and I narrowed it down to 1. I feel like this has a really nice variety of colors, of finishes, formulas. I'm very, very pleased. I hope you enjoyed this declutter. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let me know what part of my makeup collection you would like to see me declutter next. I'm thinking maybe bronzers or foundations and concealers. Let me know. Hit thumbs up button if you did enjoy today's video, and subscribe if you want to see more from me and see more of this decluttering process. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.